and their minor premiership pennant for 2018. Before we call out the captain of Eltham, the match manager and the referees from those that were watching the game select the best on ground for the grand final. And today that goes to the Eltham number 11, Wise Ngalalu. If you'd like to come forward and receive your medal, congratulations and well done. And finally, we'd like to call on the captain of Eltham, if you'd like to come forward and receive the Premiership Shield for 2018. The captain of Eltham, please.
First of all, thank you to King Hawthorn for the game. You guys have been the pinnacle for the whole season, the benchmark, and you sure set out there and proved that today. So hold your heads high. It could have gone either way. To our boys, congratulations. We went down to 14 men for the last 30 minutes, and we just put in and put in and put in. We come out here to get this wood, and we're coming home with the wood. Yeah, boys.
Well done and congratulations to Eltham, and you can come forward and get a photograph in front of the Premiership banner for 2018. Again, well done Kiwi Hawthorn, bad luck today, but you've had a fantastic season, so well done.
Did you have audio on the last game? Did you have? You did. Thank you.
they found was quite flicky. So you've got a number of blocks around that area. People would come in and shop from the forest or friends or something. They just had a guy with a tree cake for his parents. I mean, Sarah. She didn't know it. No, her mother was. That's what she does. And she's very successful. To come down here and make an impact. No network, no connections down here. Exactly. Keep reminiscing about
Wild conditions, actually, Beefy.
Yeah.
You would not read about it, but if you happen to have been here at 5 a.m. this morning, like the Rugby Victoria grounds crew, this was actually a lake. You might be able to see a little bit of it in the background, but I am not kidding. RHL Sparks Reserve was a lake. 1 foot of water covered the entire grounds, and they were working non-stop for 3 hours with the pumps, moving the water into the drain on the far left-hand side of the field. You might be able to see that puddle trickling through still, but it is incredible to think that they were actually able to play any games of rugby out here today at all.
And apart from a bit of wind, and we just had the Premiership final, we had hail, we had thunder, we had lightning, we had a hurricane, we had sun. It was unbelievable, the changing conditions, but apart from one big black cloud over to the west, which is coming our way, unfortunately, conditions are spot on at the minute. The wind has dropped off a little bit. You will be able to hear a little bit of breeze. If anything, on your screen, it is coming from left to right, but going across the ground. And we are just minutes away from this final, and they are the 2 best teams in Victoria, let's make no bones about it. It's the final we wanted to see. Melbourne in green, Harlequins in their multi-coloured quadrant shirts, traditional if you are a follower of rugby, and absolutely can't wait for this one. No real team surprise. The only one for Melbourne, Georgie Noah has gone to the bench. Masuna Tuisila will continue his good form. He starts at 6. Masio Nabalatasi is at 7. If you saw some team sheets earlier in the week, Harlequins have made a couple of changes. Lloyd Johansson is actually going to play. He's playing at 12. Richard Hardwick is at 19, so he is not starting. So we are very, very close to get this underway. Sami Vaivai looking to start this game. So I'm very excited. Referee Ollie Kellett blows the whistle and we're off. And that has missed everyone. Zach Dixon gets this under control. Van Zyl, short to Hamilton. Hamilton, good early touch there, driving very well. That's Tarafa. Tarafa driven back. That ball's loose. Hamilton gets it. So what are they going to do? Johansson spins it out wide. Caught Melbourne. Absolutely so quick. They might have turned this over. No, they haven't. Harlequins, good ball, deep. And that's Valentini that's kicking for touch, and he makes sure, and it's just going to go right up towards that 22-metre line. Gee, interesting start.
Yeah, they're not going to let the occasion daunt them, are they? Happy to run it, even in the big grand final. And if they kicked it on that first phase, they would have been kicking from 30 metres further up the field than where they eventually did kick it.
That's right. Looks like Melbourne are going to go short line. David Massey here. He had some struggles last week in the lineup, missed his jumpers a couple of times. Let's see if they fix that up during the week. Looking for Austin or Hangana.
And Big Fa'atau, the left winger, loitering 2 passes wide in the back line. He'll be a battering ram today, no doubt. And he'll want to get a touch early.
Looking for, no, there's a shenanigans here. Hangana, he's dropped the ball, so it's going to be a knock on anyway. So Harlequins look to attack if they have, as they have the advantage. As it gets a bit darker here, G. I hope you brought your gloves.
Middens, actually.
So Harlequins keep going. Good first phase action. Ball's coming back to Johansson this time, who's going to kick it. He's kicked that long. Look at that kick. Fantastic. He hasn't quite found touch, though. So, Tui looking to run this back. Tui still going. Good tackling there. He's put to ground. Melbourne forwards there. Quite a few good numbers, but it's going to be a penalty here. Harlequins not rolling away in that tackle.
Well, one of the benefits of this Harlequins backline is they've got 3 genuine kicking players out there. So Lloyd Johansson at 12 can reel off a lot of territory, as we just saw. Peter Breen has probably got the most trustworthy boot in the competition, and Camu Valentini, who did the first exit of the game. So plenty of kicking options. What I will be interested to see, though, is how long it will take them to put up a high ball for the young Sione Tui to deal with.
Yep.
18 years of age, playing fullback for Melbourne today. I can bet my bottom dollar they're going to test him under a few high balls and see if he's up to the big occasion.
You'd hope so with this wind as well. That ball's going to be swirling around all over the place. So interesting move here. It's Melbourne ball. They've got Tupau, the centre, is out on the wing, and Tui is in at outside centre. So that's a good jump from Hangana. Wins the ball. They're going to drive this. Melbourne, they roll it. Put to ground very quickly by the Quins.
Hangana.
Few good runs. They're just 5 metres short already. Massey, pick up and roll. Good support. As this wind picks up again, you might be able to hear. They've gone short side. Just 1 metre short here. Looking to move the ball quickly, and I think that is Tuisila. May have even scored after only a couple of minutes. Masuna Tuisila on the blind side. T-R-Y, meat pie time!
Well, last match, major semi-final, they went 80 minutes without scoring a try. Their first time in 2 years, the Unicorns, that they went a full 80 without scoring a try. And already they've learnt their lessons from that major semi-loss and responded accordingly. They got into the 22, showed so much more discipline than they did 2 weeks ago, and pick and go, pick and go, pick and go. They're the best team in the comp at ball retention.
They hit that short side. They kept pounding the short side, and just 2 phases in. Masuna Tuisila had an absolutely barnstorming game last week.
Yeah, it certainly raised a few eyebrows when George Noah was left out of the starting pack in favour of your man Tuisila. But he's shown, given a bit of a reward to the coach, Tumai Edwards, with selection by being picked there.
Yeah, so he's rewarded the coach with an early try. Not sure, I don't know if he kicked that, I missed it. We await.
We'll have to find out.
I was trying to find out, just clarifying the try scorer. Anyway, Peter Breen is going to kick into an even stiffer breeze. It's going to be interesting to see what Breen does here. He's gone quite high, and that ball's held up. Fred Austin secures that ball. Done very well.
Fagasoya with the box.
Fagasoya puts it on the breeze. That's a cracking kick. It's chased very well. Van Zyl drops it. Ends up in Ayalele's hands. Ayalele tackled to the ground very quickly and out in the touch by Hangana. And this wind has absolutely picked up.
Yeah, we'll be lucky to stay on the scaffolding, I think, Beefy. But there you see the difference straight away between the exit strategies of the two sides.
Yeah.
Fagasoya's got the best box kick going around in Dewar Shields, and he's just happy to put it on his own boot. And this wind is going to cause all sorts of headaches with the high balls.
So short ball, Massey fires in. That ball's bounced back to Fagasoya, but Fagasoya doesn't collect. And that ball's ended up in Austin's hands. Austin's still going. Tackled by Van Zyl. So Vaivai looking to get the ball out. No, it's hit Hangana. Hangana driving forward. He's been held up. Will they get it out? He's gone to ground now, so he's okay. Fagasoya, Austin. Tackled by Platt, Henry Platt, the Englishman. Going to be a great battle against the other Englishman, Massey, today in the hooker. Tuisila driving forward. Fagasoya, Vaivai, as this wind picks up again. That is Fa'atau, that is coming off his wing, looking for work, and that ball's turned over quickly. Quins come away with it. And that is missed, dropped on that far side. Unfortunately, I tell you what, if they'd picked that ball up and gone, somehow we're still playing on here, but I think the whistle has finally gone.
Yeah, well, Breen was unmarked there on the right-hand side of the field, and if that last pass had gone to hands, we would have seen a response pretty quickly from Harlequins.
That's exactly right.
This wind is going to have a telling impact on this match. As you see it, it's left to right, the breeze, if you're watching at home. So you would fancy Melbourne. How many points do you reckon this is worth?
Oh, 15 in first grade. It is that strong now. It's got a bit swirly actually, but it is going left to right. It was coming from behind us across the ground earlier, but it has come from the west straight down the ground. So yeah, it's a good 2.5 tries.
And with that in mind, you might even be tempted here if you Sam Vaivai to kick it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Territory is going to be 9/10 of the law today, I reckon. So here we go, Fagasoya, Vaivai. It's going to be short ball.
Fa'atau.
Fa'atau indeed. So that ball's bouncing around. Fagasoya, what's he going to do? He's going to try and find Hangana. Hangana on his feet. He's done very well, Hangana, so far this game. Fagasoya looking forward to Silla. Oh, that's hands in there from Harlequins, but we're going to play on. Nabalatasi. Deep Vai. What's he going to do? He's drilled it into deep in Harlequins territory.
Smart play. I fancy they might have tried that a little bit earlier in the set, but, you know, good luck to them. Trying to chance their arm, running it for a few phases before they go to the kick. As the rain starts to come down here at RHL Sparks Reserve.
Yeah, hopefully the weather won't ruin this good game of rugby. It's what we've come to see. Harlequins, Melbourne, 4-man short line for Quins. Austin at the front, does very well. Dragged down, that's going to be a penalty, I reckon. Van Zyl. First receiver is Johansson. Volley looking for work short off Johansson's shoulder, and it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, so it looks early on as though Johansson's filling in at first receiver, playing fly half, and Peter Breen, in fact, is fullback.
I think that's the beauty of what they've got going with Valentini, Johansson, Breen, is they are very, very versatile. They can play any position, and they will change things around depending on the situation. Johansson, obviously a quality operator. Oh, look at that ball go backwards. Tell you what, Breen has kicked that to touch, and as it crossed the line, it nearly passed him. That's how strong this breeze is. So, tell you what, it's going to be difficult all round this afternoon.
Yeah.
Great rugby weather. We love it, really.
Good luck, Henry Platt, trying to land a line out that goes any further than the 5-metre line here.
So, Dixon and Hamilton. It's going to be Hamilton in the line. Good drive. Only 3 men in that drive, but they're still making yards. They're up to the halfway line. Van Zyl is desperately trying to get the ball out and they're not letting him. Oh, that's incredible. But Van Zyl was desperately trying to get the ball out of Zach Dixon's hands. Oh, I should say Taufa's hands that was in that maul, and he wouldn't let go, and Melbourne just held it in, and that was it, all over. Scrum down, Melbourne ball.
S.A. Hungana, take a bow, son. He was the man who worked his way through the middle of that ball and got all over the Quins play with the ball in hand and stopped it coming out. So an early win there for the young lock from Melbourne.
So Melbourne put in.
And this has been one of the more fascinating matchups all year, the battle of scrum time. Both of these sides, well, have split the honours in both their last 2 matches. It's hard to pick an early favourite as to who's got the strongest scrum here. Davis, Platt, Arundel set the standard early in the first half of the year.
So Melbourne feed, good solid scrum, nobody any advantage at all. Fagasoya gets it out. Oh, great run by Lafau. Lafau right up across halfway. Harlequins in pilfering, but I'm not sure whether that's happening. Fagasoya, long ball out, good hands there. Harlequins doing very well. They may have turned this over. They have turned this over. That's Colio looking for work, driving forward. Well into Melbourne territory. Ed Davis this time getting the hit up. Ball's presented very, very nicely. Taufa done very well. Oh, great counter ruck. And that's a penalty though, illegal. Melbourne up very quickly. Vai in on the tackle. Harlequins get it to ground. Van Zyl looking to create something here. This is Hamilton. Oh, quickly up David Massey. How quick was he up? Still going to be a penalty though. Still waiting, still playing advantages, Kellett. Valentini looking for options. Johansson kicks across to that right wing. I think we're going to come back for the penalty. Yes, we are.
Yeah, Dave Massey off the line like Usain Bolt there. I don't think anyone thought that the hooker could get that quickly up into the Quins attack line. So rightly penalised there.
Yeah, offside, Kellett says. And yeah, when a hooker is 5 yards deep in the back line before the ball's even got there, you generally know it's offside. So Breen is going to kick into this stiff breeze and drills it, gets it there just. So Henry Platt drawing off this ball, looking for a couple options. They are going to go a short line again.
Colio loitering at outside centre in the back line for Quins, so, and for Bote as well out wide. So they've got two of their back rowers out wide.
As the wind picks up mightily. Hamilton secures his ball. Oh, great work from Noah.
Well, they've done it again, it looks like, Melbourne.
They've held this ball in, and that ball, I don't think that's coming out of there. Yeah, great work, Zach Noah. Great job there, fella.
That's the second time they've gone to that 5-man line-out option, and interestingly tried to haul it on both occasions. And on both occasions, they've responded the same way, Unicorns. They've been able to get a man through the middle of it, get his hands all over the ball, collapse it, and win the scrum penalty. So they might have to change the way they approach that ball formation, Quins, if they want to persist with that tactic.
The worst thing is they've claimed really clean line-out ball, but they haven't made the most of what they can work. I mean, they've got the clean line-out ball, and then they get into a good maul formation, and they just can't get the ball out.
Yeah, how safe does Hamilton look in that line-out?
Fantastic, does very well, very well. So Melbourne feed. What will Noah do here? Will he let Fagasoy get the ball out? Oh, I think he will, because they're going backwards just a little bit. Vai, he's going to kick cross field instead of long. That's Breen out there on the right wing. That's amazing. Why is Peter Breen out on the right wing? I'm not sure. Breen a little bit isolated, but they get the ball out. This is Volley. Gone short side. Vielle this time. So lots of forwards in this back line if they use them. Henry Platt takes it up, gets to ground. They got a lot of support this time. Valentini goes one way, he gets smashed into the turf.
Freddie Austin.
Great work from Freddie Austin, and Valentini had no chance to get that ball out, and it's a penalty to the Unicorns.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this attack develops for Harlequins. They've got three genuine playmakers out there in Kemu Valentini, Lloyd Johansson and Peter Breen, and we just saw in that last passage of play, two of them, Lloyd Johansson and Kemu, popped up at first receiver. So there needs to be a bit of clarity around who's going to be standing at first receiver, because it could be a case of too many cooks spoiling the broth as this game wears on. I like the fact they've got a lot of ball players, but it could be interesting if they each get in each other's way.
No, exactly right. Exactly right. It's all about... Sometimes too much versatility is a bad thing. You just need to stick to your guns. I mean, it's grand final after all. The least mistakes is going to win this game. So that is Fred Austin winning this ball. Just Fagasoya this time. Vai. Crash ball to Navalatasi. Unicorns moving forward, making some good yardage this time. Pangana taking the ball back towards his forwards. Good platform here. Vai, what's he going to do? He's going to chip. Oh, he's out-kicked Breen. Breen's up on the wing. Will that ball sit? It does sit. Oh, unbelievable. Breen was unbelievably outpaced there when Vai kicked over his head. Breen was slower to turn than the Queen Mary. Tui got there, he couldn't quite get his feet right as the ball bounced up. Couldn't quite find inside. Oh, this is a quick line out, and Freddie Austin intercepted Henry Platt's throw, but Kellett wasn't happy. Luckily for Quins.
Well, that kick is going to be an interesting strategy used by Sam Vai. On two occasions now, when he's gone in behind the line on the right-hand side, he's gone the chip as opposed to the grubber. Has to be careful with that, because the chip obviously leaves you exposed to kicking it out on the full.
So four-man line, they're all right at the front here. Quick ball, good jumping from Zach Dixon. He's got the ground very quickly. Vibote runs hard at the midfield. Oh, that ball's come loose on the Melbourne side. Van Zyl did very, very well to clean that up, though. That could have been very, very dangerous for Melbourne. Dixon again. Dixon getting through a man in a work early in this game.
Yeah.
The still trying to work their way out, Melbourne, in multiple phases, which is good to see. Where they're going to go this time. Hamilton takes this up. They don't want to get outside the 22, really. They want to keep it inside if they're going to kick it away. Valentini still not outside the 22. Maybe just now by an inch. Ed Davis this time taking it up. They're now outside the 22, but there's a penalty here. Kellett decided that Melbourne weren't rolling away in a tackle, so he's penalised them here. So Peter Breen right in the centre of the field, didn't know which way to kick. If he kicks one way, it's going to be into the wind. If he kicks the other way, it's going to be pushed back. So he taps and goes himself. Valentini.
Smart.
Van Zyl looking for options. They're all gone short side for Bote. Viboda hits one. Great tackling by Vai and Nabalatasi. Van Zyl, Dixon. Good to see Harlequins being patient in and not rushing things. Platt, little offload, and the ball's come out loose on the Melbourne side. Will they take advantage? Because they got advantage, but that ball has gone way out of people's hands, and they will come back for the scrum.
Incredible line speed being put on here by the Unicorns, and they're really looking to make first contact with their inside shoulder, forcing them back in towards the direction of the ruck. And on that occasion, the line speed really caught Angus Arundel unawares, and he was the man responsible for the error. But we did see this 2 weeks ago in the major semi, did we? This sort of line speed from Melbourne. So they've brought a new element to their game.
Yeah, it's interesting. The front rowers, Platt and Davis, then not quite connecting.
And are you surprised by the fact that they haven't looked to kick it on the last two sets they've had, Chris? Even the quick tap from Bree in the middle of the field was interesting. Admittedly, that wind though.
Yeah, I know. And weirdly enough, as we talk about it now, it's dropped off. But no, it's a difficult one because we saw Breen's kick the touch a couple of minutes ago actually come backwards at him. So they're obviously a bit worried. And the blitz defence of Melbourne has probably stopped them even thinking about the kick because one, they're going to contend with the conditions kicking into the wind, and two, you know, it's possibility of getting charged down as well. So it's very interesting. And we see just defensively Lloyd Johansson's in at 10 and Breen is sitting at fullback. So Harlequins definitely shuffling the pack for each situation going. So Melbourne, what will they do here? It's interesting. There is no one on this short side, G. Absolutely no one. So Sack Noah, could he rampage on this blind side?
Well, if not, Fa'atau. Oh, they're going to hold it in here.
Yeah, they're going to hold it in. Oh, the ball's popped out. Fegasoya. He's beaten Van Zyl. Finds Vai. Vai, hands off. He's in the 22. And it's going to be a penalty. Not rolling away. That's against Henry Platt.
Well, I think they'll want to take the points here. We said 15 points is the lead they'd want to get to at half-time to feel comfortable with this breeze. So if they can walk away from here with another 3, they'll be that much closer to their goal, and I think Coach Tumai Edwards would be very happy with that.
Definitely. That was Sione Taufa that was penalised there, not Henry Platt. Platt was in on the tackle, but Taufa was lying on the player. Couldn't get away, so Semi Vai is going to have a pop for goal.
And have we got a score update? It's a bit hard to tell here, folks. The scoreboard on the hill, huge crowd.
There's a big crowd on this near side, so
blocking the scoreboard.
We're not quite sure whether it's 5 or 7. But Sam Vai will look to add the penalty. As he's missed that on the near side. Sammy Vai made good contact, but the direction was just a little bit off. So the score remains the same for the time being. Harlequins are playing into a very stiff breeze. So Breen, they got split forwards here, both sides. So which way is Breen going to go? He's going to go long anyway.
To the young Tui.
Fires looking for David Massey. Look at Massey go. Fantastic work from David Massey. We're still going forward, Melbourne.
Hawks
Can't get the ball out, so Fagasoya kicks ahead, and Van Zyl traps it with his chest. Van Zyl runs hard at Lafau. Lafau puts him down. Interesting move. He's gone right up the guts. Has Terefi's turned that ball over. Here goes Hangana. Good kind of ruck in there by Taufa.
Yeah,
and it's going to be coming back for the original knock-on.
Well, there's another one of those cheeky little box kicks, which is a hallmark of Tala Fagasoya's play, the number 9 from Melbourne. And we did identify during the week that that's something they're going to look to do as often as they can. Turn around the Harlequins pack with those dicky little kicks of his, which he executes so well. On that occasion, Van Zyl was equal to the task, but he would have been tasked this week, and Van Zyl was keeping an eye on that. So
yeah, he was back there ready, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether the first option was the box kick then. I think the fact that they just couldn't get the ball out quick enough, forced Fagasoya into that little box kick. But you're right, Antoine Van Zyl, he read it very, very well. He knew what was happening. He went back to the wing to cover.
In the last scrum, they got all the momentum, Melbourne. I think it was Casey Harris did a pretty good number on Arundel. And you fancy if they just held it at the back, they could have generated a penalty, but Zach Noah, his footwork let him down a little bit and forced Fagasoya to pick it up, because if he had held it in there an extra second or two, they could have got a penalty for sure.
So, good little drive here from Melbourne. Ball's coming out, Fagasoya goes himself, pops it inside to Nabalatasi. Nabalatasi takes it on, and he's been pushed out.
Great carry there, great eyes up rugby from Fagasoya. Obviously they put their right winger, Leota, onto the open side, which meant there was no defenders down the short side, and Fagasoya, he was off like a rocket down that short side.
Good short line, Zach Dixon picks this up well. Oh, that ball has missed everyone, but still got it. Harlequins going forward, right up towards the 22. And a big kick from Johansson, and then what a boot Lloyd Johansson's got, and he's taking it right up close to that halfway line.
Yeah, that's a far better exit strategy. You hold it for one phase and then look to pump it long on the second with the right boot to the right touch line. Looked very assured there, did Quins. And it must be said, the Melbourne line-out hasn't looked as sound already as the Quins one.
Yeah, agree with you. Dixon's been very, very good at the front of that line. So interesting formation here from Melbourne. I think we're going to get wet in a minute, G. It's just coming from the west.
Grey clouds are heading our way.
So Massey looking for Austin, but that's a great jump from Hamilton, and he's spoiled, but that ball's coming on the Melbourne side, and they've gone out over the sideline.
Yeah.
So I think you're absolutely on the money. The Harlequins line out is definitely looking to spoil very quickly. And we saw Massey have a few issues last week against Moorabbin, and that may have looked to be continued today, unfortunately.
Yeah, the timing was a little bit off there between jumper and thrower, and it's very hard to get anything past Zach Dixon and Angus Hamilton, so they'll have to be aware of those two.
Short line again for Quins. Henry Platt looks to find, will it be Dixon, will it be Hamilton? It's going to be Hamilton. So long pass, Johansson looking for inside runners, finds one of them.
Slow ball.
Very slow ball, it's been spoiled, that's why. It's going to be, is that a scrum?
Scrum.
Okay, not coming out of there. Obviously deemed not to be
unplayable ruck ball.
Unplayable. Players lying on, not deliberate.
Well, this will be interesting to see a Harlequins offensive scrum, because I think Melbourne, funnily enough, on this side of the set piece, the scrum have probably had early dominance here, so their forward pack will want to atone for their struggles at line-out time, and the perfect way to do that is to flex your muscle in the scrum.
It's interesting, Angus Arundel, he's not the biggest of fellas, but my God, he's got one of the best scrummaging techniques you can wish for.
Absolutely. And he Eli Vol and Kemu Valentini and Lloyd Johansson standing incredibly flat.
They are incredibly flat in the back line. I'll tell you what, that might have even been hooked against, but it has popped back on the Harlequins side. Van Zyl goes himself.
Shot.
He is met very quickly, but Kellett deems that the Melbourne back row was fringing.
Well, that's always frustrating when you do all the hard work in the scrum, and to be fair, Unicorns really rinsed them over in that one, didn't they? They were lucky at Van Zyl to get the ball out when he did.
We could see right down the tunnel then that the ball was bouncing around, and Kellett is going over to David Massey to have a quick chat and warn him about something that they weren't doing correctly. Hanging offside, loitering with intent.
Quick cheerio to the Massey family, or tuning in back in, is it London? I don't know, somewhere in England. Somewhere in England. They never miss their match of the round, so hello to the Massey family.
So Peter Breen gets this out to touch. It's going to be an attacking line out 30 metres from the Melbourne line. Let's see what the Harlequins can come up with here. Will it be Dixon? Will it be Hamilton? I'm putting good money it's going to be one of the two.
Half-hour loitering and halfback makes me think they might want to maul it.
Dixon it is this time. Good counter drive from Melbourne there. They pushed Harlequins backwards. They're up very, very quickly. Johansson a fly half. Volley drives it forward. That ball's popped out. Van Zyl does well. Johansson finds Valentini. Valentini still going. Going to go short side again. What's forward pass here? Because Dixon was charging forward then, but Kellett deems that Van Zyl's pass was just inches forward. So he's going to bring it back for the scrum.
I don't mind that though from Harlequins. The speed with which their forwards were getting around the corner on that passage of play was incredible. And to this point, I think Melbourne have set the standard all year in terms of the fitness and the speed of their forward pack, consistently beating teams around the corner. But maybe the challenge has been thrown down to them by coach Cliffy Villiamu this week to the Harlequins pack to show a little bit more speed, getting up off the ground after a ruck. And I know the last pass went to ground there, but showed a little bit of willingness there.
Breen's back to fullback, so they're expecting Vaivai to kick. Let's see what they do. No, he's going to run it. Oh, Fatau with a little shimmy and a shimmy. Now Vaivai, which way he's going to go? He's going to go straight up the guts. He's gone high. Iolele this time in good position, looking for Breen. He finds Breen. Breen goes one way, comes back the other way, goes himself, tackled, put to ground. Harlequins forwards are there in numbers, which is a good sign. Van Zyl. Tuafa
with the hit.
Johansson, long ball volley. Valentini still on his feet. Recycling this very quickly. Vibote drives forward towards the halfway line. Breen. Short balls, good running from Quins, good lines. But that ball's been lost forward in that tackle. What will Unicorns do here? They might get something going, considering they got advantage for the time being. This is Nabalatasi. Casey Harris charging over the halfway line. They're still going. I'm not sure whether they still got advantage. What will they do? Fatau, the big fella, coming off his wing. Oh, he's beaten one, beaten two. Hands off. This is Lefau. Lefau's still going. It's been stolen. Lloyd Johansson comes up with that ball, and there's a boot being thrown miles away.
Who throws a shoe?
Iolele. He's been collared, put to ground. Good tackling by Vaivai.
Zach Dixon.
Van Zyl, was he looking? Oh, not sure. There's a bit of love hugs between the front rows there. Johansson drops this out to Viale, but Viale's dropped it.
Hangana putting pressure on.
Hangana, what are the second row? How did he get there? Oh, he's then dived on the top of the retreating player. Hangana, all of a sudden, Peter Breen's kicked and gone very quickly. Breen, he's still going, looking inside. Valentini, look at Valentini go! Valentini looking for support, he's got it. Voley. They got men over here if Quins can use them. Taufa. Looking for Colio. Colio beats one. Hands off a second. Lefau puts him down. Breen flying, he's beating one, spin move. Tackled by the second defender. Going short side, Colio again. Colio just 5 metres short for Quins here. Van Ziel's got options, but Colio hanging on when he didn't have to. But fair credit to Melbourne. They absolutely held that in. They did well to keep Colio hanging in there. Colio hung on for dear life and was penalised for it.
Tupou, the man responsible for coming up with the steal, but Peter Breen, how instrumental was he in that play? If you remember 90 metres ago, he was the man who took the quick tap 5 metres out from his own try line, and a few people raised their eyebrows at that call. But, you know, fast forward 3 phases, and he was the one leading the charge into the 22. Absolutely.
What a bust by Valentini as well, who was running off Breen's quick tap, made 40 metres himself before handing off to Volet. And Melbourne, all of a sudden, inside their own 22. The breeze has dropped a little, but it's still at their backs. Short line out. Who will Massey find here? He's gone deep to Hangana, who finds Fagasoyo, kicks this long towards the halfway line. Iolele does well. Iolele put to the ground by Massey. Quins forwards, a little bit slow to get there, but they're going to recycle here. This is Vibote. Taufa goes himself. Quins do well to support him. Still going Quins. Johansson goes out wide. This is Volet. Vielle comes in to give him a hand. Just got to be patient here, Quins. Van Ziel goes himself. He beats one, beats two. Gets tackled by the fullback. Good recycling.
Ed Davis with the carry.
Ed Davis hit it at pace as well. Quins trying to get this ball out. Oh, they've gone the short side. Johansson steps one, nearly breaks an ankle, trying to cut back. Still going. Quins, they're coming back inside. The ball's there. If Van Ziel wants it, finds a Vibote. Gone long. Valentini steps. He's getting towards the try line. Breen with a dummy gets towards the line. He's been pushed backwards. Van Ziel short ball. Henry Platt nearly gets another try. They're lining up outside Vibote. 1 metre short they are. Antoine Van Ziel, what's he going to do? Might dive over himself if the opportunity arises. Going to go wide, Johansson. Iolele has popped up on the right. Iolele! He dives in! T-O-Y! Meat pie time!
Well, on 2 occasions during that set, it was the second man play out the back to Lloyd Johansson which unlocked the defence. On the first occasion, it was Vibote at first receiver, who went out the back to Lloyd Johansson, and that found space on the right edge. And then fast forward 5 phases, and I fancy it was Zach Dixon who threw that pass out the back to Lloyd, and he was able to find the try scorer outside of him. But it works a treat when you've got one of those big forwards linking up on those second man plays. It really is hard to defend, and on both occasions the Unicorns had no answers to it.
They do it very well by having these big second rowers who have good hands. We've seen that in the lineouts, and there's no reason why they don't do it in open play as well. They get them out in first and second receiver situations, and the boys can either run, take the hit, or they can even pass on. And that ball, like you say, Zach Dixon found the hands of Johansson onto Iolele. It came in off his left wing, and the boys got wheels, and he just beat the covering defenders, and he dived in to level up the scores.
5-all. Well, and the wind has died down just as he takes the kick. So the gods are smiling, the rugby gods are smiling on Peter Breen and Quins at the moment.
So Breen, as the wind does pick up a little bit, he's got a tough ask here, kicking into it. He's directly into the brunt of this breeze. Breen makes good contact, swings it around. Oh, that's just across the face of the upright. But Oliver Kellett, referee, has deemed that the Melbourne Unicorns chasers left too early. So Breen will get another chance to add the extras.
You don't see that too often.
No, you don't see that too often nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to know who the incriminating party was. I'm sure the coaching staff would as well. They'll be doing an extra lap during their Mad Monday celebrations, that's for sure. But you can't be giving a guy like Peter Breen 2 attempts at goal. That's just not on in a grand final.
No, that's right. So Breen gets a second bite of this cherry, and wouldn't they like 7 points here instead of 5?
Of course, they won't be allowed to chase this one at all.
No.
My memory of the law book serves correct.
As Breen kicks this, has he learned from his mistake? No, he doesn't quite get it enough. So you are watching the live stream of the Brighton Renault Dewar Shield Grand Final. We are getting close to the end of this first half. Thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world. Patrick Moore, I.E. Folky, Gerard Eberhardt, Debbie Lake, Johnny Bowen, Rennie Van Renzo. Thank you for joining us. We are more than happy to be here. The best day of the year for rugby in Victoria is fantastic. Zach Dixon, what a first half he's had. Oh, what a tackle from Alessandro Mattiassi, who's come off the bench. Not quite sure he's come on for, whether it's a blood bin or not, we are not 100% sure, but Mattiassi making an impact straight off the go.
That's the kick we want to see.
Johansson kicks this deep and high. Tui, oh, well done. Sione Tui. Fantastic play from the young fullback. He's still going. Melbourne forwards, they're going short side. Still going. This is Fa'atau. Melbourne looking to press an advantage. That pass hasn't gone to hand. This is David Massey driving forward. Let us know where you are watching from as well on the Facebook page. Big shout out to you. Only a couple of minutes to go in this first half. Fagasoya, short, Mattiassi rumbling forward. Making good ground, Melbourne. Up to the 22 now. Saknoa. Fagasoya looking short. This is Tuisila. Still going. Melbourne getting up to the 22 now. Fagasoya. Vaivai cuts inside. 15 metres short. There's no support. He's isolated. He's still charging forward though. 10 metres short. Wouldn't they love a try before half time? They're going to get a penalty instead. Tell you what, Kellett blew that whistle early. They would have loved to carry on, I reckon.
Yeah. But Vaivai, what fantastic fighting feet he's got.
Good step.
Those legs don't know how to quit, do they?
What a passage of play though from Melbourne late in this first half. They did very, very well.
Well, there needs to be alarm bells ringing for them because you can't go to the halftime break with this breeze with the scores all locked up. They will cop an absolute gobful from the coach if that's allowed to happen. So they need to get a wriggle on and get a couple of more points and at least one more try if they fancy their chances here today.
I think this could well be the last action of the first half, in all honesty. Need to check the time. We're not 100% sure on the time frame, but Vaivai looking to add a little bit of security to this first half. Like I said, they've got the wind. They probably haven't got as many points as they would have liked though in this first half. As Vaivai steps up and slots home. And there it is. That is the last action of the first half. So Melbourne Unicorns 8, Harlequins 5, 1 try apiece. Masuna Tuisila blazed to his mates with a try for Melbourne. Sam Iolele late on in the first half for Harlequins, and a penalty there right on the stroke of half time for Semi Vaivai. Makes the score 8-5. Unbelievably even, as we would have expected.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect anything else from these two teams based on the history they've shown this year, and their 3 encounters have all been very close matches. Favouritism here though would have to swing to Harlequins. To go down by only 3 points leading into the break, you would be very, very happy if you're coach Cliffy Viliamu. And the way they controlled possession was particularly pleasing. Obviously, you don't want to kick it too much when you're running into a stiff breeze, and I think to that extent, hats off to their 3 ball players in terms of Kemu Valentini, Lloyd Johansson, who did a very good job, and of course Peter Breen. I thought they pulled the strings very well. A lot of people were worried about how you fit 3 genuine ball players into that back line, but they managed to handle it quite well, I think, and the way they controlled possession really frustrated Melbourne. Melbourne would have liked to have spent a lot more of that half down, camped inside Harlequins 22, and they just could not do it. So hats off, I think, early advantage here to Harlequins, Beefy.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And we mentioned earlier it's probably a 15-point breeze, as we like to say. So advantage firmly with the Quins in terms of seasonal advantage. Big hello to Wendy Massey and the Massey family in Oxfordshire. Obviously, David Massey's family have got up early to watch this grand final.
Oxfordshire, I knew it was something.
Kevin O'Connor in Sligo in Ireland. Big hello to you. Piotr Porebski in Wyczaj, Poland. I think we've got a Polish viewer, G.
Yeah, we've got huge Polish fans.
Yeah, the Melbourne Club Rugby is huge in Poland. Carlos Calvajal, he's in Colombia watching this. Unbelievable. I'm so glad that we can spread the word of Melbourne Club Rugby, Victorian Club Rugby, all around the world. Thank you for joining us. We have a lot of fun every Saturday. It's a shame it's grand final day and it's the last day of the year, but these 2 great sides, Melbourne Unicorns and the Quins, what a tight game, 8-5. It's unfortunate the wind and the conditions may have just spoiled this game for quality just a little bit, but at the end of the day, let's not forget there's a massive, massive prize going at the end of the game.
That's right, and I think, Melbourne got up in 2s as well, so the club's already started to get the party happening. I'm just looking at the hill in front of me.
It's packed. It is packed here, by the way.
Yeah.
There's thousands and thousands of people here. Scotty Loughton in Wimbledon. Beautiful. Glad you could join us, Scotty, early in the morning. It's dropped 10 degrees as well, G, but the sun's out now, so hopefully that's the end of the bad weather. I'm just looking over to the west. I reckon we might get through this second half without further rain. Hopefully the wind will drop down as well. But
you're not just tempting fate there, are you?
Yeah,
Is that
probably.
what you've just done?
Yeah, that's it. Timmy Scarborough, Scone, New South Wales. Thanks, Timmy, for joining us.
Scone Greyhounds. What's the rugby team up there? Scone Greyhounds? Is that it? Is that who it is? Cesstock Goannas and the
Scone Greyhounds.
Scone
Beautiful.
Thoroughbred, something like that.
Right. Timmy, can you tell us what the rugby union team is in Scone, please? We would love to know.
Don't they have a derby with Muswellbrook this weekend?
Oh, geez.
That's a clash, I'll tell you what. Now, I'm going to throw a question to you, Beefy, as we enter the second half.
Yep.
How long here does Coach Cliffy Viliamu wait until he injects Richard the Wallaby Hardwick?
You know what? I reckon he'd wait as long as he possibly can, because the platform these forwards have made so far has been fantastic. Whatever Melbourne have thrown at them, they have had the answer. So Hardwick, we know he's a great player. He's been fantastic, the amount of rugby he's played since he's come off injury. So he'll hang on as long as possible, as long as he possibly can, to inject Hardwick. 20 minutes, that's all he needs from Richard Hardwick to solidify this back row.
And he's a guy who can really break this game open when he's given a chance. I would have loved to see him and Blaze Chisilla. That's going to be, what a crackerjack matchup. That'll be the 2 number 7s if they get on the field at the same time. So, Quins to kick off, and this has been an area of weakness for Melbourne all year. Their restarts haven't been totally convincing when it comes to receptions. So they've got the 2 tall men, Austin and Hunganar, hugging the touchline. So let's see who they try to target here.
So Breen's going to get this underway. Bigelow, Patrick Moore, Devon Nichols, Kylie Avosa. Thank you for watching the live stream. Absolutely fantastic. We got 40 minutes to go in the season unless we get extra time. So Breen going to get this game back underway. He's gone high. He's gone longish. Freddie Austin gets back there. What a surprise. Austin has been fantastic today. The two second rowers, Hangana and Austin, what a partnership those two are. Fagasoya, what's he going to do? He's probably going to kick. And he's gone in the air. That's interesting first call. As Leota gets there, he's the first man there.
And Van Zyl with an important take.
No scrum half for Quins unless somebody can get in there. And that ball's not coming out.
Well, the coaching staff will be happy with that. Every time Fagasoya looks to box kick, they would have challenged Ant Van Zyl pre-game, the number 9 from Quins, to cover all types of box kicks. And he looked very assured under that one, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Solid, as you'd expect a scrum half to be. But they were a bit lost when he got caught inside when Leota put him down. I think the only person who realised what was going on, Henry Platt, was there. But before Platt got his hands on the ball, Kellett blew up.
So the man that worries me most here for Melbourne is Fa'atau, the number 12, the second defender in the back line for Melbourne. He's such a big lad, but he can be a little bit slow defensively laterally.
Lloyd Johansson's in at fly half G.
So if they can put a quick man on the outside shoulder of the 12, they might have a chance here.
That ball is coming out slowly. Here's Johansson. Crash ball, Valentini. Valentini bounces off one, hits another, right up to the 22 now. Van Zyl, short. Voley, right inside the 22. Here we go, short. Massey, but Platt. Platt going very well. That ball is going to come out of there. Yes, it is. Quinn struggling to get any ground past his 22, and that ball isn't coming out. That's held in illegally. So Unicorns get a relieving penalty right on the 22 line.
Well, this will make for an interesting comparison to see how Melbourne used the ball exiting their half of the field and compare that to what Quins did in the first half. As we saw, Quins were happy to have 3, 4, 5 pick and goes in a row when exiting, and to slow the game down and to wind the clock down. I don't know if Melbourne will have that luxury because a 3-point lead won't be enough here. So as they go to this first line out, it'll be interesting to see if they look to kick again while they're still in their half, or just slow the game down a little bit and hold on to the ball. Vai
kicks that out, does very, very well, makes 100% sure that ball gets over the sideline. In all honesty, the breeze has dropped since the first half, and that is a poor throw from Massey, and that has come out on the Quinn side. What can they do with the ball? They're going to get a penalty anyway, but that's a poor throw from David Massey again. Hangana had no chance at the front of the line. I don't even know if it beat the number 1 jumper there.
Yeah, absolutely. So how telling is this line-out differential going to be between the two sides? Yeah. Already Harlequins have established themselves that that's the area of the game that they want to attack, and knowing that, they can now afford to kick the ball into the touch as often as they want, knowing that they're a better than 50% chance of getting the ball back. Breen makes sure. So Henry Platt is going to have some options here. 99.9% certain it's going to be either Dixon or Hamilton jumping though, because they have been absolutely rock solid on Quinn's own throw. Who's going to be? Hamilton. And that ball has popped, but it's been disrupted illegally by Melbourne. So Quins with a decision to make here. Do they try and tie the scores up? Why not? Why not get the scores back to even parity and then give yourself 35 minutes to win the match with the stiff breeze behind you? Yeah, Breen has signalled all the way back. He tells Angus Arundel that he wants a kick for goal. So Breen, one of the better kickers in Dewar Shield. The Kiwi. So looks to add to Quinn's score. Actually looks to level the scores. 8-5 currently. Melbourne in Melbourne's favour, if I can get my words out. Yeah, there haven't been too many high-scoring games here today. The 2 previous games played on field 1. I think the last one there was only 2 tries total scored or something. So 18-5 in the end in Championship or Premiership. So pretty low-scoring day of football, it must be said, but hey, it's grand finals. You don't expect blowouts at this sort of time of the year, do you? No, definitely not. So Breen.
Makes good contact. And straight up the guts. Peter Breen with a penalty to level the scores. 8-all. Oh.
Yeah, there's the class of Peter Breen. Was he playing ITM Cup last year? So a lot of experience there for Quins to be able to bring a player of his calibre onto the field this season, and he's been probably one of the imports of the year for sure.
Vai looking to restart. It's a good high kick. Hangana gets there. He's the first man there. Quins have got good ball though. I'm going to spin it out. Valentini runs. Long ball. Johansson. Oh, he's just going to kick long down the middle.
Zach Noah.
Noah comes back. What a run that is after fumbling the ball. Picks it up, runs straight back, gets towards the halfway line. Fagasoya. Ooh, straight out Vai. Hits one, hits two. Still going Vai. Fagasoya. This time. Leota. Nabalatasi breaks one tackle. I'll tell you what, if he'd broken a second one, that would have been interesting. And that might have been shut the gate time. Matiasi off the bench, drives forward. Making good ground, Melbourne this time. Hangana. Still going. Melbourne forward supporting very well. They haven't got him to the ground yet. They do now. That ball's trapped in there. And it's going to be a penalty, actually. So, here we go. Freddie Austin steps one way, comes back towards the forwards. Matiasi's in there. Here we go. What are we going to do? Vai, long pass. Oh, he skipped through. Volley. Tupou. Still there, Melbourne. Are you going to get this ball back? They're only 6 metres out.
Don't do that, don't do that.
Still there. Going to be a penalty the other way, though.
Well, what about that?
Oh, no, they're just holding up. Yeah.
Vai. That was a bullet in this sort of breeze. And one of the defenders from Quins raced out of the line. I think it may have been Volley at 13. And very nearly converted into a try.
Very nearly. I'm just, we've got the Kellett referee is talking to his linesman, and they have called out
Eli Vol,
yes, Volley. So, not sure what's quite gone on in back play over there. There is a long talking to.
I can only assume it was when the Yota or Tupou was eventually tackled over there, that maybe there was something in the tackle that caught their attention.
Do you know what? I think it might have been when that long pass came out from Vai. I think he might have tackled someone without the ball.
Yeah,
to be honest, when he came straight out. So, we're coming back.
No one's been sent off, so probably just a stiff word.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think he just took someone out. So we're going to play that ball not coming out of the rug. And Melbourne, what an advantage this is. What a position to be in. 5 metres out, solid scrum platform.
Well, Sakno has got his hands on the ball here.
Well, I'll tell you what, G, there's no one on that short side.
They've moved Ant Van Zyl, a little number 9, to defend the short side. So Sakno has got the option of either peeling to the left or the right. If he goes right, it's a straight one-on-one with little Ant Van Zyl. If he goes left,
Fatah's the big man here, isn't he?
Yeah, if he goes left, he can always link up with Fatah on the open side. So Sakno has got to get his hands on the ball here and go for a little bit of a gallop. Yeah, it's an interesting defensive formation. Ant Van Zyl defending the short side by himself.
Yep.
And it looks like they've moved, who is it?
Peter Breen's out on this right wing, so he's gone wide.
And
Ayalele's coming defending inside, Yep, very interesting. So perhaps they think Melbourne have got someone up their sleeve here. Ayalele's going to go on that short side now. He's going to cover no one. Funnily enough, he's gone directly behind the scrum. Yeah. So Melbourne have got everyone on this open side.
Zach Noah's got to go here probably.
Zach Noah and that ball. They're moving forward slowly. Noah covering his options. Oh, they've all gone the other side. Vai. Noah picks up. Noah's dived over. Meat pie time. Zach Noah, the captain.
Well, that scrum has laid the foundation for that try. And they well and truly have been beaten at line-out time here today, Melbourne, but they've got their own back at the scrum, and it was just a case of holding it at the back long enough so that he could get within lunging distance of the line, and Zach Noah did a fantastic job, because it's not easy when that scrum's splintering to be able to keep the ball at the base of your feet. So showing a little bit of soccer skills.
Yeah, he did very well. You're absolutely on the money there, mate. When that scrum's going forward, he did so well, and it wheeled the right way for him, to be honest, and it opened up that try line, but he did so well to keep the ball under control with his feet. And as soon as that try line opened, all he had was Iolele to beat, and the winger against the number 8, not good. And Zach Noah picked it up. All he did, 2 big steps, and he dived in. He was over. Now we have just seen, I think, is that George Noah's just come on as well in 20? So I think that is Tuisila that may have gone off.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yep. So Georgie Noah, he's been in fantastic form this season, by the way, Georgie Noah. So Breen gets this underway, and there he is, number 20, Georgie Noah, straight into the action. Put to ground. Vagasoya. Short, Massey. Massey drives, that's round the hedge. What's going to happen here? Kellett is unmoved. Wide, Vai kicks.
Nice kick.
Oh, does well, Breen. Looking to counter-attack here.
Iolele.
So Van Zyl trying to direct operations. Short. I think that might be a substitute as well. That could be Fitzgerald may have come on here. I'll have to have a check of that. Going backwards, Quince. Ball's coming out. It's been dropped by Hamilton, but they regain possession. They're still going. Johansson, first receiver, wide, kicks. Breen puts it behind Iolele. Not Iolele, it's Leota, sorry. And that ball bounces on the hop and out.
They always make me nervous, those high kicks in windy conditions, when a grubber kick would suffice, because there's every chance that that's going to be pushed out on the full. So he's flirting with the touchline there, Peter Breen.
Yeah,
but he gets away with it.
He could have gone a little bit longer as well, Breen, in all honesty. I mean, Iolele was, Leota was up quite flat, and they went behind him. It could have gone a bit deeper because the fullback was not covering that area. Now, there is lots of substitutions here. We will bring them to you as best we can, because there are people coming on and off.
The bote off for Dickie Hardwick. Richard Hardwick, the Wallaby, has entered the fray.
Is this Lloyd Johansson coming off as well?
Lloyd's off, and who would be on for him?
23. Afisa's got on the wing.
Afisa, yeah.
So, and that's a long throw. It's not straight, but I tell you what, Hardwick, first action.
Georgie Noah.
George Noah. And, okay, we're playing on. All right, we're playing on. Matiasi. God, what a drive that is. David Massey adding his considerable weight, and that's held in. Great tackling from Harlequins, holding that ball in.
Hardwick, take a bow.
Richard Hardwick, tell you what, didn't take him long to make an impact, did it?
Was that 45 seconds?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, a little bit slower than I would have thought, but, you know, it's still within a minute.
Big decision here for Breen. No, he's going to elect to kick. Ooh. So, 15-8 down, looking to cut the deficit.
Okay. All right, that's an interesting one. I would have thought their line-out being so strong, you might be tempted to work it into the corner, but
still a long way to go, G.
Yeah.
They have got the wind advantage, so
true.
A few penalties will get them back into this game very quickly.
So Ofisa's
on. He's going to play it on the wing.
Okay.
Valentini is still at fullback. I'm pretty sure Breen will fly off permanently.
Got it.
I think I saw another change for Melbourne in the front row as well, so we will tell you about that when we see Breen steps up. He has drilled this. That is looking good. What a kick from Peter Breen.
Wow. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Peter Breen.
So 15-11 now, 4 points in it. Vai. Tell you what, Vai was looking to get that away quickly.
Why?
I don't know why. He was definitely having a look. So Vai takes stock. And good high kick. Hamilton gets there. He's gone aground. Oh, Massey's absolutely taken somebody out there that didn't deserve it. I think that's Philip McConnell that got smashed by David Massey. Quins.
Great kick.
Good kick. Valentini. Oh, that's beating everyone. Oh, no. Oh, geez. Sack Noah.
Yeah, it's the second time he's been caught out in the backfield.
Oh, look at this run. This is Leota. Sack Noah supporting. Oh, somebody's dived in right over the top there. But there's going to be a penalty for not rolling away in the tackle.
Well, that's very fortunate because that's the second time Zach Noah's been left in the backfield from a kick and looked at all sorts trying to field those high balls from, I think it was that Kemu on this occasion?
Yeah, Valentini, yep.
So maybe that's the tactic for exit strategy this half. Just bang it high and put it in the direction of Zach Noah because he hasn't looked comfortable under that high ball.
Simi Colio there penalising the tackle. Made a great tackle, but then couldn't quite get out of there.
Let's see if their line-out woes have improved at all.
So Massey is going to throw to short and line. Lots of messing around here, but Hangana gets this clean line out. Vai runs over halfway, only just connected by Ed Davis, who got round the ankle somehow. That's David Massey looking for work. Look at Massey run. Fantastic play from the captain. Short ball, Georgie Noah this time. Tell you what, Georgie Noah versus Richard Hardwick. This is going to be a great 25 minutes of rugby. Melbourne keeping it tight, going to short side. Probably going to go short side again by the look of this formation. As this wind gets up, it's coming from a different direction. It's absolutely turned round, this wind now. Nabalatasi. Fagasoy, Freddie Austin. Doing well, give a shot. He's dropped it, has Casey Harris. That pass from Fagasoy, just a couple of centimetres behind Casey Harris. Couldn't quite get his hands on it, and he's dropped it. And Harlequins weather that Melbourne storm.
Yeah, they've probably been one of the better teams all year, Melbourne, with that ability to control possession for long passages. We've seen them a few times this year hold the ball for 20-plus phases. No one does it better than them. So perhaps it's the wind which threw the pass off a little bit there. But when they hold on to the ball, it can really frustrate this Quins team. So I think that's the right strategy, running into the wind, to play it a little bit more narrow, wind down the clock a little bit and play for the penalty. Just didn't quite work on that occasion as the new prop comes on the field for Quins. I fancy it's Fitzgerald comes on.
Yep.
And is that Ed Davis coming to the sideline? I think it might be, yeah.
So there's a few injuries in back play here. The play is taking its toll. 20 odd minutes to go here in the grand final. Thank you for joining us on the Rugby Victoria Facebook live stream. Brighton Renault Dewar Shield Grand Final. Melbourne 15, Harlequins 11. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be on the planet. You are listening to Kieran Beefy Blake and the G-Man himself, Gerard McClanahan.
And Nabalatasi coming off with the blood bin.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like every time this kid gets on the field, he comes off in blood every week, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see who comes on for Nabalatasi. Whether that means Tuisila comes back on.
Yeah, that'd be good to see.
Although I do see Andrew Cannock is waiting to go. No, here comes Blaze Tuisila.
Good. Well, there's the matchup we wanted, wasn't it? Here versus Richard Hardwick.
Yep.
That'll be fascinating if those two can go head-to-head in one of the rucks.
So Kellett brings time on. So these two front rows go together. Harris, Massey, Mattiasi, Davis, Platt, Arundel. Head-to-head. What a matchup it's been, these two front rows today. Nobody really with any advantage, to be completely honest.
3 men deep in the Melbourne backfields covering the kick Very, very deep, in fact, they are.
You don't see that too often, I tell you. Harlequins do well. Colio holds it in. And he holds it in to Quinn's advantage. Now he's looking to go quickly. Colio taps and goes. Wow. Colio is into Melbourne's half. Driving forward. Van Zyl, where's he going to go? Going to go wide. Valentini spins a pass out there. Little kick ahead from Leota. Viale, I should say.
And Ofisa puts it into touch with that last kick.
Yep.
But, wow, the decision to go for the quick tap was interesting. Because you would have thought Peter Breen could probably reel off 50 metres with the kick alone.
Yeah, exactly right. Iolele popping up on that far side wing there with the kick ahead, and then, as you said, Robert Ofisa with that final touch. So short line out for Melbourne here. Freddie Austin does very, very well. Done well to secure some line-out ball for once, Melbourne. Harlequins looking very, very tight. Got up very quickly. Melbourne, no space to move here. Vai, long ball. Fatau beats one, beats two. Tries to get through a gap. Closed down very quickly. Vai looks to go the other way. Mattiassi. Oh, Harlequins fringy, but he's dropped the ball. There's Fagasoya at the back of that ruck. Oh, schoolboy error.
Well, here comes the opportunity. If they can manage to get decent ball here, they've got a plethora of options. The scrum in the middle of the field, it's the hardest place to defend, is the scrum from the middle of the field. And as I say that, it looks like they're setting up a 4-2 split. So they've got 4 Harlequins players on the left, and out here on the right, they've got Peter Breen. And who else they got out here? Aolele.
No, Viale. Viale's on this wing. Anipadero, Viale on this right wing. Breen, very, very isolated on this near side.
So
Valentini,
here would
Iolele on the other side.
To get Colio to go to the right and link with Van Zyl, and Van Zyl try to put away.
Tell you what, there's some pace on that far side, isn't there, with Valentini, Vole, Iolele and Ofisa. So they've got to get the ball first. Harlequins holding it well is Colio. That ball's coming out. They're going to find Breen on this open side. Breen goes. Breen steps inside, beats one, doesn't beat the second. Goes to ground. Taufa's in there. Van Zyl, short, Hamilton.
Freddie Austin all over him like a rash.
Van Zyl. Taufa does very, very well. Ships his ball very quickly. Here we go, Valentini. Vole. Vole's still going. Vole's in! T-R-Y, meat pie time! Eli Vole.
Wow, what about the power of Vole?
Did unbelievably well. That ball went through a few hands, and Vole, tell you what, how quick was he off the mark? As soon as he got the ball, he was in full speed within 2 paces. And there's no defence for speed.
That's right. Lovely flat pass from Kemu Valentini to get him on the front foot. So often you see these passes in windy conditions hit the back shoulder, and it can stall the momentum of the runner, but it's a beautiful flat pass out in front. And with that score, they've now taken the lead, and importantly, what does that do to the confidence of the Unicorns? Running into a stiff breeze, and you're now behind on the scoreboard. That's not going to be an easy task for the men in green.
But I don't think they do anything different, to be honest, G. They've done it well. They've just made a couple of elementary mistakes when they've gained a little bit of momentum. So nothing to be changed, really. They just got to keep going with their game plan. The kicking is the problem, though. What you do against the win, if you kick for territory or if you kick tactically.
Well, it'll start with their kick-off. They've tried to go short to the left on a few occasions, and Dixon and Hamilton have answered every question they've put of them. So perhaps it's time to reassess your kick-off strategy here and maybe throw in something different, either long to the left, short to the right, maybe the flop kick-off, as Tusila returns to the sideline.
Breen kicks this. Breen has just missed round the corner. So that leaves it as a 1-point game. Melbourne 15, Harlequins 16. What a game. couldn't get any tighter unless it was a draw. But there is lots of bench players being warmed up here as well. I'm not sure you can see that on the near side of the camera. There's lots of bench players as Angus Hamilton secures yet more kickoff ball. He has been an absolute machine, Angus Hamilton, on that kickoffs. Whoa, good rumbling. Rolling ball city. Absolutely brilliant for Quins. And a well-deserved penalty as people like Jack Fitzgerald was in there just off the bench.
Well, they've got such strong catches from kickoffs, Hamilton and Dixon. It surprises me that they keep kicking to them when they know that they're so safe under the high ball, and haven't tried to mix up their restarts a little bit today, Melbourne, because kicking short to the left just doesn't work against a guy like Angus Hamilton. He is so safe in the air.
He has secured every kickoff today, and it's been clean. There's no scrappy ball. He's caught it. He's got to the ground. He's got the support. He's been straight there. Breen kicks this to touch.
As Dave Massey comes off.
Dave Massey's off.
Captain Massey. And I think that might be Tim Orchard, is it? Tim Orchard, who racked up 2 tries last time he took to the field against Harlequins.
William Luisi's coming into play as well, so there's going to be lots of changes here.
Yep, Big Fa'atau off.
Fa'atau is off. He's hardly seen the ball, to be honest. He's on really the second half, so that's not surprising. They've got the wheels on in Luisi. So, Unicorns with it all to do. I'll tell you what, this is a surprise. They've gone a full line out.
Yeah, first time today, I think.
Yeah, it is for both sides, I think, as well. So, Platt looking to find Dixon, yep. New scrum half on, Van Ziel's off, and Maradona Farao is on. What a name! Yeah. Perhaps he will have the hand of God.
That's why we've got that Colombian viewer.
Yes, oh, he's looking for Maradona. Oh, but tell you what, Harlequins are doing this rolling more very well. They keep moving forward. They're rolling and rolling. Kellett gives them a warning, but they've moved another 5 metres forward since then. But the old truck and trailer.
Yeah, well, you can't be too disappointed with that if you're Harlequins. They've executed that maul pretty well up until then. Wound down the clock a little bit, flexed their muscle, asked a few questions of the Melbourne pack, and the Melbourne pack were found wanting there, if not for that slight little infraction with the truck and trailer. But it's going to be very, very difficult for Melbourne to work it out of their quarter here. I'll be interested to see how they use the new man Luesi on the right wing. This guy's got wheels.
Oh, he's got wheels, and he's on there to take advantage of any broken play. They're going to obviously run it from deep now. We've got about 15 minutes to go by my watch here, and as the play stops, we've got a little bit of an injury, and I think that might be Angus Arundel possibly. Can I see him there? No, I think it is Angus Arundel, right. Injured. Right. So looking at an ankle or a knee.
Well, it's interesting we touched on Luesi because Angus Arundel swung by and had a chat with the meat pie earlier in the week, and we put it to him. We said, which player do Quins fear the most in the Melbourne team? Who's given you the most headaches this week? And he actually said Luesi.
Wow.
He was on. And I think they were a little bit shocked when the teams were announced today. And
so he was on the bench.
And Luesi was on the bench. So he's a guy who can really break open this game. You look at 2 or 3 players out there who can really cause headaches for Harlequins. Luesi, one of them. Certainly the young man Sione Tui at fullback can use his speed to good effect. And possibly, I think, George Noah, now that he's on the field, will be looking to make a bit of impact as well. So they're the 3 who could really bust open this game for Melbourne.
Let's see what happens here. I'll tell you what, Harlequins' defence is quite narrow. Peter Breen, the fly half, is out on the left wing defending, so perhaps anticipating a bit of a kick here. Fagasoya feeds. They're going to spin it. Here we go. What are they going to do? Vai out wide. Lefau still going. Sione Tui. Sione Tui. Will he get there? Yes, they will. TRY. Meat pie time. All the way downtown. Sione Tui. Unbelievable.
Holly Banana, Batman. Wow, did you see the pace? I think it was Lee Fowl who got on the outside of his man, and we just touched on it.
Yep.
Sione Tui is one of the 3 men who can break this game open with his speed. Sure enough, they find the ball in open space, that young man, and wow, the big stage has arrived for this 18-year-old.
Unbelievable. Vai, a pass to Tyrone Lafau. Lafau got on the outside. As soon as he drew the defender, popped it up to Sione Tui. 80 metres out, and Sione Tui goes all the way. Meat pie from 80 metres out for the young fella from fullback. Whoa, my word.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're naming the NRC Rising side this week, and I've heard whispers on the grapevine that there'll be a few players out here today who will get a look in. Would you fancy that kid being named? What are the chances of the 18-year-old Sione Tui being named?
So Vai kicks this. Oh, he's drilled it!
He's done it!
He's drilled it into the wind! Oh my word! This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. 22-16, 6 points clear. Melbourne, who would have bet on money on that with a scrum inside their own 22? They've gone the distance. So, Quins, with it all to do, 6 points down. There's still 10 minutes to go though, G.
Plenty of time.
So, deep, I'll tell you what, that was almost a knock-on into somebody forward. But anyway, carry on. So, Thagasoya, what's he going to do? Box kick.
There's no one short there.
Who's back on that wing? This is Viale. Viale looking for Breen, who's at fullback. Breen, oh, geez, bullet pass. Quins looking to run this now from anywhere. Viale. That ball's coming back slowly. This is Maradona. Maradona looking for options. Let's find it in...
the new man.
The new man, Fitzgerald, Jack Fitzgerald. Maradona. Kemu Valentini looking to put it over the back of the defence of Leota. Leota chasing back. Where's that ball going to go? It's gone out.
Wow.
Getting goal. So there's going to be a scrum back on halfway.
Wow.
Tell you what, that was inches away from being a great kick though from Kemu Valentini.
Yep. Right tactic, of course. You want the line out against Melbourne. But maybe tried to bite off more than he could chew.
Yeah, just a little bit, although he's kicking with a stiff breeze behind him. I just don't understand. Valentini's in first receiver where you got Peter Breen.
Yeah.
It's a strange decision. I know Valentini gives you the running option, Breen, but tactical where they need territory.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they do lose this game, that'll be something that comes up, no doubt, in the post-match analysis, how they used these 3 ball players throughout the game.
Tell you what, G, we're going to get wet as well. Tell you, those last 10 minutes, this cloud is coming over. There is rain coming. It's only minutes away. So let's hope that doesn't spoil the end of this game. Thagasoya, they're going to reset this scrum.
So,
not happy.
Options on the right, you've got the crash ball Tupou if you want a 12, and he's a big man. He won't be easy to stop. He'd fancy his chances if he can get a one-on-one with Kemu Valentini.
I fancy Vai putting it in the corner.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Absolutely. Standing very flat is Ofisa on the far side. So, yeah, Ofisa's not really covering the backfield. He's standing flat, so that's certainly an option. Drill it into that right corner if he wants to. Tomu
Alanuganuga warming up as well, so Thagasoya might be in the last throes of his tenure out on the field. So he's gone. Vai. Long pass. Lafau does very well. The first drops of rain start coming. Your man Tupou. There's the crowd get into song. Oh, what a drive there from Luisi, looking for action. Thagasoya looking for this ball at the back of the ruck. Long pass out to Noah. Noah goes himself. Oh, that ball's bounced around. Possibly a knock-on. Tupou. Good control here from you. Oh, there's a bit of back play.
Yeah.
Angus Arundel getting on with someone. Good driving there. Good support play. Loving it. Good technical play in pods. Matiasi! Try knocking him down by yourself. It's just too hard. Tupou again. Getting very dark here. The rain is coming. Madiasi looking for work. Tell you what, twice in a couple of phases. Great play from the big prop, but unfortunately knocked forward in that tackle from Hardwick.
Time off.
Time off. There's going to be a few subs as well, as this rain now threatens with 7 minutes to go, I'm told.
And I wonder if this is for that little bit of afters we saw in the backfield.
Yeah, I would imagine it is. Who was to blame though? I'm not quite sure.
Well, it looks like one of the new men on Fitzgerald, I fancy.
I think it might have been Philip McConnell, in all honesty.
Yeah.
But I could... no, it's not McConnell. He's just about to come on.
And Melbourne won't mind this rain at all because the wetter the conditions, the greasier it gets, the more difficult it's going to be for Harlequins to keep ball in hand and score a try, particularly coming out of their 22.
All 3 officials are on the field talking to each other.
Just staying warm, Beefy. I think that's what it is. So how long do you reckon we've got to go? About 7?
I think, yep.
Is it too soon to start thinking about early nominations for man of the match?
Far too soon.
Still a lot of rugby to be played here.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So
let's be honest,
having a chat.
The 2 second rowers have been fantastic. Freddie Austin, Hangana.
Is this Mackenzie they're talking to here with Captain Vibrate?
Oh, yellow card!
Wow!
Yellow card for Melbourne. Tim Orchard. Tim Orchard, get in the bin, son! Well, can't do that round here, no matter how many apples you got.
He's not very good!
Oh, my word, he slammed down a water ball! Tell you what, that could be a second yellow. What a stupid play. Anyway, Breen, he's going to kick for touch. Gets it to the Melbourne 10-metre line. Oh, we're set for a great 5-10 minutes here.
Well, you want your reserves to make an impact, but you don't want them to go overboard. And if they lose this match with a 6-point advantage, all because they've had one man sent to the bin for the remainder of the game,
tell you what is going on here?
So they're going back to the short line out, which worked so well for them at the start of the game, Quins.
Hamilton, what a jump. Oh, he's dropped it! Maradona! Not the hand of God, but play on, says Kellett. Hamilton, scrum half. What a scrum half. Valentini, flat pass. Volley!
That was Sonny Halakanuka on
the field. Sonny Halakanuka. And it's dropped forward by the Quins, jumping into that ruck. And it's going to be Melbourne ball.
Well, talk about impact players to come on. Quins have got Hardwick. Melbourne have got Sonny Halakanuka, the leading point scorer for Dewar Shield this year. What a player to bring on.
So Philip McConnell is coming on, and I think that's Anapatero LA has been told he is being replaced, and that is a change of a wing for Samuel Lele.
And with Tim Orchard off, Dave Massey, the skipper, has had to return for the scrum.
It's not a bad tactical replacement, that, David Massey, who has been absolutely brilliant this season.
So Nabil Latasi, the back rower, departs the game.
So they're going to go with 7, though, in the scrum, Melbourne.
Yep.
Which is interesting. They haven't been that solid. Oh, feeding there, but play on.
Ooh,
they've gone backwards. Yeah, penalty. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Absolutely the wrong way, but he's actually signalling that the Quins prop was dragging it down, so we couldn't quite, we obviously can't see on that other side.
Yeah.
So Kellett in full control, and Melbourne already taking a long time to make a decision here.
Well, if you remember the last time Quins got a penalty in the middle of the field in the first half, Peter Breen didn't want to kick because it was going to be too tough to reach the sideline. So let's see how Sammy Vibai does.
Oh, he's missed touch! He's missed! Here goes Maradona! Maradona flicks it up inside. Here's Afisa. Oh, Afisa, he's flying! Robin Afisa! Oh, great work, Afisa. Maradona gets this out. Valentini, Breen.
Shot by...
Oh, what a tackle that is from Andrew Canuck.
And the counter ruck.
Oh, Melbourne over the top. The ball's not coming out of there. What it is now, Maradona unbelievably picks up the ball. Oh, the new man. Captain Ellie Tai. His head-high tackle. Oh, Philip McConnell. It's going to be a penalty for the head-high, though.
They want to keep their cool here, Melbourne. They don't want another man in the
Georgie Noah there with a bit of a swinging arm.
Yeah, starting to get a bit of feeling in this game. A couple of high shots.
Starting to rain now. Do they kick for goal? Do they go for penalty? No, we're going to put it in the corner.
What's the point of it? 6 points down.
6 points down, 3 points. Yeah, they're going to try and win this.
Yep, back the line out.
So Breen looking to get as far as he can. The first thing is he's got to make sure he gets in the touch. And he's going to get 20 metres to that try line.
And against a 7-man pack.
Yeah,
Can you maul it from this far out?
Good point. As the rain starts to come in.
Full line out as well.
Full line out. So Henry Platt looking for either Dixon or Hamilton. Finds Dixon. Here we go. What are the Quins going to do? They're going to rumble. Jack Fitzgerald in control of the back of this ruck. Maul, I should say. Angus Arundel dragging people out. He's had a great battle with Massey today. They're rumbling forward. Quims, they're finally to ground. Will the ball get out of there? Maradona comes out. Good drive. Oh, no! Valentini! Oh, my word. You got one of the best fly-halves in the competition. Why is he yet outside centre?
Well, he snuck a Captain Cook right there, Kemu Valentini. He had a look at the impeding footsteps of Sam Vaivai.
Oh,
no one wants to get hit by Vaivai. And he's put it down.
Time off. Time off. We're getting late in the game. The 14 men Melbourne Unicorns. Can they hang on?
Well, we saw in the earlier game, just before this, 14 men Eltham.
Yeah.
They had to play, was it 30 minutes with 14 men, and they still managed to
25 minutes in the second half. In fact, they scored.
They scored a bit.
They scored points.
So they'll want to slow this game down as much as they can. Melbourne, give those 7 forwards a big breather.
So time back on. Scrum down. Melbourne ball. They're inside their own 22.
And are they going to put 7 or 8 into this scrum?
They've got Georgie Noah's on the. I think they're going 7. They're going no open side, which is interesting.
Okay, now let's remember last time in this situation they ran it, they cut out to Liafa, and he put Sione Tui away for the try. So
Fagasoya to feed. Big scrum needed from Quins. And they're not happy with the set. Kellett is going to make them reset as Massey didn't quite get down square. He's already wasted a minute.
And Fagasoy has just had a word to the touch judge and asked how long to go and been told 4 minutes.
4 minutes to go in the big one, the grand final, the Brighton Renault Dewar Shield 2018. It's going to come down to a last minute play. We saw earlier in the year at Toorak, Melbourne Unicorns scored a penalty try in injury time to get over the top of Quins, handing them their first loss for a year and a half.
Yeah.
So here we go, they're going forward, Quins. It's wheels, I tell you what, they're lucky. They are absolutely lucky. Leota picked this ball up as it descends into darkness here at RHL Sparks Reserve. Fagasoya, what's he going to do? Going to go short. Noah. Noah, I tell you what, he's just outside the 22, so they can't even kick now. Well, they can if they like, but can't kick directly out. This is the other Noah taking a hit up.
Matayasi's lost a shoe as well, the big prop.
He doesn't need shoes, Matayasi. They're still going. They're recycling the ball. There's a bit of afters going on.
Oh,
again.
One. Richard Hardwick in the thick of it.
Hardwick. Oh, he's been set upon by 2. Gives as good as he gets, Hardwick. I tell you what. Oh, here we go. They're all in.
The sauce loves it.
And, well,
I tell you what, there's still a lot of feeling here.
And if they've gone to the pocket already, Ollie Kellett, for something which wasn't as big as this.
I tell you what, and it wasn't Hardwick's fault either. He was getting held in.
Yep.
So, tell you what, this could well be a penalty against Melbourne, and they could go down to 13.
No, and worse, you'd think you'd go for the line out, and they'd be able to plant this about 5 metres out from the try line of Melbourne if Quins got a penalty.
Tell you what, crunch time here. This could all come down to an interpretation of who was at fault.
Yeah, let's just hope that touchy had his eyes glued on what was happening.
Yeah.
I'm not even confident enough to say who was responsible for that.
No. It was 2 Melbourne players. Georgie Noah was one of them. They were holding Hardwick in. They wouldn't let him get to the breakdown. Hardwick tried to get out, and then he was on from there. So, we've got to work out if there was retaliation. We've got to work out who was at fault. We've got to work out who went on with it. And was it necessary? Was it unnecessary? But Kellett has gone to Quins. He's looking for the captain, Angus Arundel. Now he's going to go to the Unicorns. He's going to take David Massey, have a chat. So, what are we going to do? This is an unbelievably big decision here for Kellett. He's one of the best in the state, so this is why he's here. Oh, tell you what, Unicorns have kicked the ball away. Is it going to be a penalty? Is it going to be a penalty to Quins? Well, it is. Here we go. This is it. 2 minutes to go here at RHL Sparks Reserve. The grand final. Breen kicks it out. They're 6 metres short. 2 minutes to go. What can Quins do? The score is 22-16 in Melbourne Unicorns' favour. Oh my word. Then the rain's pouring down. Oh, what a game this is going to end up. It's going to go down in the annals of history if Quins can get up over the top of Melbourne Unicorns here. Platt. Who's he going to find? Dixon. Dixon! Great counter shove. Tell you what, here we go. Quins, 5 metres short. Maradona. Valentini. Short ball. Volley. 7 metres out. Maradona. Arundel, the captain. Captain on captain. Breen, he wants it, Breen. Maradona tells him where to go. Oh, behind him, Valentini. What's Valentini going to do? Still going Valentini. They're going backwards, Quins. They still got the ball, and that's the main thing. Maradona. Hamilton, his first receiver. Oh, good came a shove.
Be careful there.
Be careful. Yeah. Oh, the ball's come out. What's going on?
Freddie Austin.
Melbourne. Freddie Austin has stolen the ball. Fagasoya, he's going to kick this as far as he can, I reckon. No, they're going to recycle. Noah. Just outside of 22.
Well, they're probably getting the call from the sideline.
Yep.
They might only have to hold it 2 or 3 phases
I reckon
here.
so.
And that could be the game.
Henry Platt in there. Trying to nick this ball.
As the heavens open.
The heavens open. We got less than a minute to go. Just been signalled. So they're just going to keep going of Melbourne.
Dave Massey.
Massey, what a player he's been today. He's had a bit of a spell on the bench.
Noah.
They've still got 14 men, remember, Melbourne. Good tackling there. Tell you what, they wouldn't want to make a mistake here, Melbourne.
Freddie Austin lines up.
Oh, blitz defence again. It's getting dark, it's getting cold, it's getting wet. Less than a minute to go here. Sparks Reserve. Melbourne hanging on. 14 men, they're 6 points up, but they're camped deep inside their own 22.
Dave Massey.
Massey, more hands on the ball. Fagasoya doing unbelievably well to direct operations here at the back of these rucks.
Well, you could throw a blanket over them.
Oh, what penalty! Penalty! Unbelievable! Driving in from the side. Melbourne Unicorns.
Well, this will be the last play
This
of
is
the
it.
game. All or nothing. Kick to the line out. Back your maul. And all of those months of training, Tuesday, Thursday nights, come down to this.
So, Harlequins, 8 metres out. We're in added time. This is it. The last phases of the season. Melbourne Unicorns 22, Harlequins 16. Henry Platt, one of the most crucial throws of his career. It's going to look for Dixon or Hamilton.
Dixon.
Dixon it is. Here we go. What can we do? Harlequins looking to move. They're wheeling towards the line. They're 5 metres out. 4. Still going. 2 metres to go. Maradona. What's Maradona going to do? Oh! Drop the ball. And there's it. It's all over. Melbourne Unicorns 2018 Dewar Shield champions.
My oh my. What a comeback. 12 months on from that disaster of a grand final last year, they have righted the wrongs of 2017, and the sweetest victory comes here today for Coach Tumai Edwards and his merry men of Melbourne.
The merry men of Melbourne indeed. Turak is going to be a war zone tonight. Unbelievably, Harlequins 2 metres short of the line to steal victory or potential victory, knocking the ball forward the last play of the game. They've been defeated 22-16. Melbourne Unicorns tries from Masuna, Tuisilia, Sak Noah, Sione Tui with a length of the field romp. Semi Vaivai, 2 conversions and a penalty. Harlequins, a try from Sam Ayalele, Eli Vole, 2 penalties from Peter Breen. Oh gee, it's the end of the season, but a grand final fitting for any competition. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here. What a game of rugby to finish it off.
What a game. The Bledisloe, how can that match up with this sort of standard?
Bledisloe, what Bledisloe?
What Bledisloe? Here it is. This was the main course. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to put you on the spot. Man of the match. We didn't want to call it too soon because we knew this would go down to the wire, and it has.
Do you know what?
Who stood out?
The 2 second rowers for Melbourne. Absolutely flawless today. But the man that pulled all the strings, Tala Thagasoya, absolutely fantastic. Didn't put a foot wrong all day, directed his troops even when they're defending late on. He was the man pulling the strings. So for me, Tala Thagasoya, he was being injured.
Yep.
Came off the bench last week, turned the game last week, and now put in an absolutely blinding man of the match performance for me. But on just one man, what about yourself, G?
Either of the halves, I thought. Talafagasoya or Sami Vaivai steering the ship around. They were fantastic, both of them today. Vaivai did it with his shoulders in defence and also with his leg drive in attack. Every skill set he possesses, he demonstrated flawless ability with today. And I don't think you can go wrong picking anyone. There's 5-6 players that deserve special credit today. But what a grand final. What a way to finish season 2018.
Oh, exactly right. 2 teams gave their absolute all in testing conditions. Let's be fair. We've had wind, we've had rain, we've had hail, we've had sleet, we had a bit of snow. We're in darkness here already. And it's just been fantastic. What a great advert for Victorian Club Rugby. These are the 2 top sides, and they showed today why they're the 2 top sides. Lost for words. Absolutely fantastic. Look, I'm going to thank everyone for joining us throughout the season through the Rugby Victoria live Facebook stream matches. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring it to you. I've been Kieran Beefy Blake. 365 days of sport. Look us up on Facebook. Please join in. And as with me throughout a lot of these games has been the G-Man himself, Jared McClanahan. You'll see us on the meat pie. We will be back, no doubt, next season because we've had an absolute blast this year. It's been brilliant to see. Thanks for joining us wherever you are in the world. Thanks for your kind comments. Thanks for leaving comments on the Facebook page. Make sure you join us when we're back. I don't know when we'll be back. Who knows?
2019.
2019. Exactly right. So an absolute pleasure. Thanks again. We will be back next year for Rugby Victoria Dewar Shield action next season. Enjoy the Bledisloe Cup. Enjoy whatever rugby's going on around you. And thanks again. We will see you next year.
Ciao, ciao.
We could have both Melbourne and Quins over here for the official presentation, please, and then we can all get out of the weather.
Will.
All finished?
Thanks for that, guys.